Today my life is a lot different, man, than it was when I was 13, 14, 15. Back then, I was either sent away or I was a runaway, one or the other. And I remember the feeling of hopelessness, the feeling that nobody was there for me, the feeling that I was on my own and that nobody had my back at all, period. I remember that feeling. I remember I was in a group home and, well, I had got sent there because of some juvenile delinquency shit. And, but I remember I was there and I did my term and they was ready to let me out, but I couldn't get out because I didn't have nowhere to go. My dad was in prison and my mom was an alcoholic and a drug addict in the streets. And I didn't have nowhere to go because I just had nowhere to go. So I had to sit in this fucking group home because I didn't have nowhere to go, man. So but eventually they found a foster home for me. And I went to the same foster home that my little brother was in at the time. Well, I ended up running away from that foster home. It wasn't the first time I ran away. I had ran away several times before that from other group homes and shit. But I just remember the feeling of people just rejecting me. People just pushing me away. I remember being hungry. I remember going 2-3 days without a meal. Being skinny as a motherfucker. Sleeping in apartment hallways. During the summertime, sleeping on rooftops. I remember being woken by police and questioned about why I was where I was at. Whether I was sleeping in a hallway or on some back steps someplace. Being woken by the police and giving them a lie, telling them a story so they would let me go, but being a runaway. So that was how I lived a lot of my fucking teenage years, man. So I know the struggle, man, for real, for real.